Hi everyone, I'm Napasa and you're watching Immigration Talk Show, your go-to place for updates that truly matter to international students and professionals. Today's topic is something that's making waves across the Indian student community in the US. It's about a program called OPT, Optional Practical Training. And there's growing concern that it might face major changes soon. If you're an Indian student already studying in the US or planning to come here for higher studies, this is definitely something you should pay close attention to. So, what's going on? President Trump's nominee for Director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Joseph Edlow, recently spoke about possibly making changes to the OPT program. And this has sparked a lot of discussion. Even though President Trump has said before that international students should be able to stay in the US and even get green cards after graduating, Mr. Edlow shared a slightly different view at a recent Senate hearing. He suggested that students shouldn't be allowed to work after they graduate, only while they're still studying. Let's break it down. What exactly is OPT? It's a program that lets international students on F1 visas work in the US for up to 12 months after graduation. If you're in a STEM field, science, tech, engineering, or math, you get an extra 24 months, which adds up to 3 years of work experience. That's a huge opportunity, especially for Indian students. Why is it so important? For many students, this time is crucial to gain real-world experience, pay off student loans, and increase their chances of transitioning to a longer-term visa like the H-1B. Without OPT, that entire path could become much harder. Now, here's what Edlow said at the hearing. He mentioned that OPT has, in his words, exceeded its original intent. He feels that work permits should be limited to students while they're still enrolled and not continue after graduation. He also talked about removing work authorization for students once their academic programs are complete. This has raised serious concerns, especially among immigration attorneys, education experts, and students. Let's take a look at the actual numbers. According to the Institute of International Education, during the 2023-24 academic year, 163,000 plus students post-completion OPT. Another 79,000 were on the STEM extension. That's nearly 243,000 students who would be directly impacted if OPT after graduation were stopped. And when we talk specifically about Indian students, this becomes even more significant. There are currently over 270,000 Indian students in the US, and around 69,000 of them are using OPT. For many, it's not just a benefit, it's a lifetime. So, what would change if this proposal were to move forward? Students may no longer be allowed to work after finishing their degrees. OPT might be limited to just internships or work during the academic program. That would mean students would need to secure an H-1B visa right after graduation, which isn't easy considering the lottery system and limited number of spots. Now, some of you may be asking, wait, can this really happen? Isn't OPT already protected? Great question. Back in 2022, a US Court of Appeals upheld the legality of OPT and the STEM extension. The Supreme Court even declined to review the case. So, in that sense, yes, it's been supported in court. However, immigration policy can still change through administrative decisions. And that's what Mr. Edlow's comments seem to suggest. It's not about changing laws through Congress, but possibly shifting how rules are interpreted and implemented. Naturally, this has sparked concern among a wide range of people. University officials worry it make the US less attractive for international students. Tech leaders say it could hurt innovation and talent pipelines. Immigration advocates warn that students might start looking at countries like Canada, the UK, or Australia, where post-study work rights are more stable. Miriam Feldblum, who leads the President's Alliance on Higher Education and Immigration, put it clearly. Ending OPT would, quote, severely harm our ability to attract talented students from around the world and undermine the country's competitiveness. So, what should Indian students do right now? Stay informed. Keep a close eye on US immigration news, especially as we move closer to the 2025 election. Have backup plans. Look into countries where post-study work rules are more straightforward. And above all, stay in touch with your school's international office and legal advisors so you can act quickly if any changes are announced. This story is still developing, and we're here to bring you the latest in the clearest way possible. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates that matter to you and your future in the US. I'm Nipasa. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe, stay smart.